Hello, viewers out there. You're welcome to Sports Orbit once again. My name is Afa Cho Salifu. Usman is right here with me. Salifu, welcome to today's episode of Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha.
All right, we'll begin straight from the NPFL, where all clubs in the Nigerian Professional Football League have proposed playing Abridged League for the 2022-2023 season of the Nigeria Top Tier League due to time constraints and in the need to have a uniform football calendar with European leagues. The proposal outlined some of the issues club owners tabled before the new Nigerian Federation President Ibrahim Gusau during they had a closed-door meeting with uh, the club owners on Monday. Officials of NPFL clubs divulged that the proposal for the Abridged League will be forwarded to the Interim Management Committee for consideration as soon as the committee is inaugurated by the NFF president, with the league to be divided into two groups of 10 teams each. He said we also mooted the idea that the league LMC that will be headed by a former Director General of the National Sports Commission in the person of Benga Elegwe Leye as constituted by Sports Minister for a season, after which the NPFL will elect executives to run the league, just like we had complained some while ago about the failure of the league to start on time. Now we're going to be having another abridged league, so to speak. And even if they have the abridged league, will they still be able to align it with? Because every season we hear that they want to align the league with League of Europe. But how often this time they abridged league? Last season we heard the same thing, wasn't aligned. Now we are hearing the same thing again.
Alpha, thank you. I was trying to see what is slightly say. It's not about having a breach in the phone. It's about having a commitment
Yeah.
towards what you want to do and to align yourself with what is the best practice. It's not the first time we're having we have had a breach league in the Nigerian league. Often, if I'm not mistaken, if I can, or more than two times we have had an abridged league. Even during the era of UK Opacity as the chairman of the Nigerian Football League, we have an abridged league to align the league. And even under these elements of the LMC, we have also had an abridged league to align. But do we align? No. And if you look at that, even the last season, although we didn't start the league, last season we didn't start the league on time. But I also commended the league management committee. I commended them that at least the league was rushed. And even at the time the league ended, I was still commended that for them to end the league that time. And if there was a commitment on our part, and for someone who is determined there's a commitment on the part of the who manage our league, and they wanted to ensure that we could have still start the league on time, or probably a week or 2 weeks after other Europe or other league start, we would have started our own league kickoff. Because sport is still like an option to do. We don't know the time where they're going to start the league. Even the abridged league they are proposing. If let us say, okay, they give one go ahead to go abridged league, is that going to solve the problem? No. It's like trying to do a patch up. Because when you patch up a wound, it will then and it's not healed proper. It still bust out. So the best thing is the club owners and the new leadership of Nigeria Football Federation and every other person is to get to the root of the situation, the root of the matter. And like we were saying yesterday, most of the problem they highlighted yesterday, and we analyze that the major problem are just two keywords. The technical expertise of how to operate the league, and they have to get a sponsor. When you get the personnel right, you have the right people managing the league, the sponsorship will follow, and every other thing will fall into play. And they are not starting the league, although it all is boiled down to money. It's boiled down to facilities. All what all you need to do is to ensure that we have competent people and the people who are willing to serve and then doing the needful. Yes, nobody you can't accuse you can't expect somebody you can't expect somebody to be a farmer and earn money as a teacher. If you're a teacher, it clearly shows that is where you earn your living and that's where you eat from. Nobody will blame you if you are working as a football institution and you're in the league and you are eating and you are benefiting from it. But let the system work. If the system is working and you're able, but nobody able to think that you are eating money. But the fact that nothing is working, but you are only interested in satisfy your pocket to the detriment of the league, that is what everybody is carrying power and all the areas so happy. So abridged league Well, if that will solve the problem, but they need to analyze it and critically and put it on the table, state it clearly how we are going to do it. But first and foremost, the major problem needs to be addressed before either Abridged or the full league.
All right, now to the under 17 Women's World Cup, where of course the Flamingos will be taking on USA on Friday in the all important quarterfinal, and president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Gusau, has expressed optimism that the Flamingos are motivated to beat their USA counterparts when they clash on Friday. He stated that the girls will give it their best shot and get the result that will fetch them a semi-final ticket, adding that the spirit is high in their camp in Goa, in India, and all things being equal, can go all the way to win the trophy. Well, good words of encouragement and motivation coming from the NFF president.
Not tell us what is the motivation.
Exactly, because I went through the statement and I thought exactly, or maybe exactly. So I thought maybe he'll say, okay, some events we in the NFF, this is what we have laid out for you. This is the financial incentives or whatever we are giving.
But I said, okay, if you go out to USA, if you beat USA,
exactly,
you are entitled
That's
to
what I'm saying. So I was
entitled to
wondering what the
allowance.
motivation is.
But to me, the big motivation to the girls, either motivation or non-motivation, the girls themselves have a full motivation. Know that they have a full motivation by themselves. The motivations, self-motivation is more than any other thing. And the girl knows that they have, first and foremost, just like we are always saying and in this studio. First and foremost, you are representing your family, you are representing yourself and your family first before Nigeria. Because at the back of your shirt, the name you have is your family name, it's not a Nigerian name. So first and foremost, the girl and any brother whoever is close to the girl and the coach should tell the girl that first and foremost you are selling yourself. So that is the big motivation first. It's not about whether Nigeria is going to give you anything, or they're going to give you house, or they're going to give you dollars, and go to do more. But the girls know at the back of Nigeria, this is their career, this is the career they have chosen, and that it is a platform, it's a veritable platform for them to sell and sell themselves. So they should have that at the back of their mind that I have this opportunity to excel myself and to expose myself. So here they can only mark themselves. So they should see that as a big motivation for themselves and to go all out against USA. USA they shouldn't seem the same or have any psychological defect against the US. Yes, the US they are in good side, but US team is beaten. And if they have that at the back of their mind, they are just a girl like us, they are human being like us, we can all go out against them and they get the result.
All right, still on to some women football, but this time the CAF Women Champions League, where CAF has revealed the full schedule for the Women's Champions League 2022 fixtures. The competition will take place from 30th November to 13th of November 2022 in the cities of Rabat and Marrakesh, that's in Morocco. 8 clubs from the different CAF zones are taking part in the second edition of the tournament. The teams are divided into 2 groups. Group A includes the host club Asfar of Morocco, Simba Queens, SC Tanzania, Green Buffaloes of Zambia, and Determined Girls of Liberia, while Group B has Bielsa Queens, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, Wadi Degla of Egypt, and TP Mazembe of DRC Congo. And of course, meanwhile, the flood currently affecting part of Nigeria has affected training tour by Bielsa Queens for the competition in Morocco. A media officer of the club, Priye Yabrifa, said the team was scheduled to leave the country last Saturday for the tour. We're supposed to leave for Togo on Saturday, thereafter the Republic of Benin and Israel before arriving in Morocco, but the flood has limited our travel plans. There's no way out of the state. We are supposed to be heading to the Port Harcourt International Airport. Right now, we are considering other means of travel, either by boats, heavy vehicles, or lorries to get to Port Harcourt. So, the flooding has affected so many activities, not just agricultural destruction that has caused the lives, but also sporting activities because movement. And I saw pictures of Bielsa, I think, some days ago, and it's really a terrible sight to behold because movement in and out of that state has become near impossible.
We're talking of movement where people, residents at home, have been taking over. It's still capacity things, and we hope that we pray that God will intervene as far as to me, we were talking about the fraud issue. Government has not doing enough.
Yeah.
It appears that you are just an orphan. That those people are invented by are just an orphan who have no parent and nobody to cater for them. And here again, apart from the farm activity that should just like this and the rest of the people have been sold, at the same time, the football activity has also been hampered with.
Yeah.
Baisa Queen is the sole representative of Nigeria in the CAF Champions League, women version of it.
Yeah.
And now the opportunities to travel out in preparation for a championship that is just 2 weeks away has also been hampered. And only God knows, and just like in the middle of the sea, travel out of the Bayelsa has become problematic.
Yeah.
We can only wish them and pray that God will intervene so that the water can succeed and so that they're able to travel, because it's very necessary for them to travel out for
Exactly.
a tour before coming out for the championship.
Exactly. I mean, very important, at least because the tour will help to,
Yeah.
fine tune them, put them in proper shape.
I think they have no any other option. They can't
Exactly.
even though they are not even proud out of the country, they need to move out of Bayelsa because
Definitely, they can't even train.
They can't train anywhere in Bayelsa.
Anywhere. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right. To some other international news where FIFA has vowed to improve Indonesian football safety after the stadium tragedy that occurred in that country. I think last month, the president, Gianni Infantino, met with Indonesia's president yesterday and pledged to help improve stadium safety to prevent a repeat of the tragedy, which police fired a tear gas at a match, causing a crush that killed about 132 people as spectators attempted to flee. He said he will bring experts and investments to improve infrastructure across the football country, because of over 276 million people saying they love football and we owe it to them. When they go to see matches, they are safe and secure. He said FIFA will commence work closely with the government, the Asian Football Federation, and Indonesian Football Association to ensure that the Under-20 FIFA World Cup to be hosted by Indonesia next year will run smoothly. I mean, very instructive, that tragedy that happened. But sometimes, like someone said you expect these things to happen only in Africa, where an incident happened in the stadium and policemen unleashing tear gas. And in the stampede, I mean, look at the kind of disaster it caused. Mm.
You are saying even Indonesia, some of Asia's countries, very few of them, some of them don't have anything different.
Of course, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So both of you are almost almost like poverty leveraged countries. So and the under 20 World Cup is scheduled to hold Indonesia next year, and that is why people are very interested in what is happening in Indonesia. After that incident, a whole lot of people have called to questions either the under 20 World Cup was still going to hold, but FIFA, their Congress, decided that yes, they did that the tournament will still go ahead in Indonesia, and to ensure that FIFA did not fail in their promise, and that's why the is giving all the promise and assurance that they are going to support the Indonesian, because it left it for the Indonesians alone. The probability of hosting that competition in Indonesia is very, very slim, and that's why they are not willing to leave everything in the hand of the Indonesians, and they are going to support the Indonesian to ensure that for the 70 World or the 20 World Cup go ahead in Indonesia. And it will be very interesting because it has come to a question that either it will be moved to South Korea or any other Asian country. Even Qatar also will also mention as an alternative host, but FIFA said that no, the competition will still hold in Indonesia, and to ensure that go ahead, and that's why it's promised that they are going to give them support to ensure that they put the facilities and everything in order.
All right, we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, Sport Hobby continues.
sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that break. Now on to some Scrabble news where former world champion Wellington Jigere confirmed his status as Africa's finest Scrabble player as he snatched a famous victory at the inaugural Grand Slam tournament held in Lagos. The 2015 Westport champion confirmed his superiority in a best game of 5 against former world number 4 Opeyemi Oloro after both players finished as the best top 2 in a 24 round of games. He raced to a 2-1 lead as Oloro tried to rally back into contention. Many watched the encounter through the Twitch platform on a projected screen from a separate hall and envisaged every move with keen interest as top commentators Will Anderson and Conrad Bassett Bouchard broke down the moves with their analysis. Second place, Oloro earned a sum of 500,000 naira for his efforts, while others who finished in the top 10 were given cash prizes, as well as the Nigerian Scrabble Federation President Toke Aka commended the organizers for another quality show of projecting Scrabble as a global sport. He said he was elated at the level the sport is heading, considering the different innovations being injected into its organization by the MGI team led by Lukman Owolabi. So for Scrabble, and congratulations to the winner. Like some weeks ago here, we spoke well about the Toke Akela led board of the Scrabble Federation and the strides that we're making.
Yeah, congratulations to Jegede Willie Teams, another feather to his cap.
Yeah.
The Jegede Willie Teams has been so consistent. And but one thing that will surprise you is that Jegede Willie Team is a former world championship when he was in 2016. But I can bet you that when you come to the Nigerian Scrabble, in the Nigerian Scrabble, you should see them in the Nigerian Scrabble, the top guys in the Nigerian Scrabble, they are playing together. Sometimes as high profile as Jegede Willie Team may be, sometimes he may not even make top 10.
Very well.
Because within the top 20 Nigerian players, Jegede Willie Team can't beat each other. I'll beat you.
Yeah.
Anybody can be beaten. But sometimes, one thing that I give kudos to Jegede Willie Team, he has always maintained consistency. But even as that, every other person within the top 20 in the Nigerian ranked players, Scrabble player, can also finish and also beat Jegede Willie Team. So we need to. I think the Tokiaka led board has done consistently. But what is missing? And I thank God for this kind of organizations that are begin to come into identify with Scrabble, because 1 million is not a small money. If you play after 14 games, you sit down in the chairs, Scrabble, scratch your brain, and then play with the word, and then you earn 1 million. 1 million will go a whole lot way. And if they can have this kind of structure, more private organizations need to identify with Scrabble, because Scrabble is one of these. If you go to Nigeria, Scrabble is ranked as one of number top sports in Nigeria, and we need to project it more, because this is the sport we are doing more. If you go to the world ranking, in the top 20, you can find in the top 20 Scrabble players, you can find no less than 50 to 40 Nigerian players in the top 20. Which other sport can we compete like that? So, congratulations to Tokiaka led board.
Scrabble Federation. Anyway, to our final story, where before we leave the studio, coming from Alex Ogobi, the Nigerian midfielder, where he said he wants to emulate his uncle, that's former Super Eagles captain Austin JJ Okocha, by becoming a role model for upcoming footballers. Okocha lit up the Premier League during his time with Botron Wanderers. The former Eagles captain also dazzled on the international scene, playing a key role in the side that conquered the continent in the 1994 Africa Cup of Nations in Tunisia. The versatile midfielder has overcome a difficult start to his career at Goodison Park and flourished under Frank Lampard. He said that Okocha was an entertaining player to watch, and the skills he used to do were really outrageous skills that you only see freestylers do. So hopefully the younger viewers will learn a bit more about him and understand why I chuck in some skills too. So I mean that's what kids want to see. And it's nice that kids look up to me and try to imitate me and play like me because I once looked up to my uncle. I mean, good aspirations. Like sometimes he has come under criticisms too for people who found out that he was related to us in JJ, who some have even said, "Look, you haven't represented your uncle well."
Uncle well, yes. Sometimes he's trying to show the skill.
Yes,
to
exactly.
Mimicking the stylish style of the way Okocha play. But he has a brighter future.
Yeah,
And he
very
has
well.
a very. You just say he need to calm his hand. He need to calm down.
No, yeah, sometimes he wants to be too stylish.
Too stylish.
Just keep it simple and straightforward.
And what is that? And this Okocha has said several times. There can only be one Okocha.
Definitely. Okocha then used to force it. It
He's
came
not
naturally.
forcing this.
Yeah, it came naturally. Yeah,
it's natural gift. If you don't have, you don't force it to be. Because if you are forcing to be, you get it wrong. So everybody has his own style of play. Messi can only be one Messi. Sometimes try to make a person. This is Messi. This is Okocha. This is no. You can only have one Okocha. Just the fact that he's your uncle does not mean you become a replicant of Okocha. Okocha is natural gift. It's just even some of the Okocha do. He just do it naturally. Not be saying he's trying to force himself to do.
At all.
It's not something that he learned to do it. He just naturally come and it's a skill that he is gifted. So let's always to try. Yes, it's good. It's good to have aspiration to aspire for something, and then to be also a role model. You can play in your own way and still be a role model for anybody.
Very well. Absolutely, and well said. That's where we draw cutting on today's episode. Yesterday there was a Premier League game. Nottingham Forest were out there once again. It was another draw for Nottingham Forest against Brighton. Today also, Chelsea will be in action. United will be in action in the Premier League once again tonight. Liverpool also will be in action. Yeah, so there's a couple of matches to look out for and look up to tonight in the Premier League. Tomorrow we'll give you a complete review of all of that as they go down. So thank you once again for spending the last couple of minutes with me on the show today.
Thank you.
All right, until we come your way tomorrow again, stay safe out there. My name is Afa Acho and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.